This is actually the third take we've tried this now. Anyway, we're up to round 12. Apparently I've stuffed it up 2 times already. We're on the home straight now, second half of the season. Everyone's starting ready to bring it home. Once again, I'm here with the beautiful Melly. She's here to join us. Let's see how long she's here for. She wants a nose scratch right now. But anyway, let's get to it. The ladder, let's start it off. Raggers Anonymous on top. They're on top by point difference to Renegades, purely by point score, because that does matter in this competition, Coley. Jabroni's a third. Tied at 24 points with Sugar Daddies and I'm Rolling, who are the worst scoring team in the competition. That's why they're in the bottom of that group. Don't know how they're fifth. Is that a typo, Michael? No, oh, he is fifth. All right. Stay there, Millie. Next is myself, sixth. Second Destroy, seventh. Seems like they've been seventh all the time. Millie's getting ready to leave everyone. She's been here for a bit because we've cut this a few times. But anyway. Second Destroy, seventh. No Dumplings, eighth. Gods Olympus, ninth. And Maltese Falcons are 10th at the moment. Coming last because he's no good. And he's trying to apparently rebuild through the draft. But anyway, there's been a lot of trades, a lot of trade talk this week. A lot of trades done. So let's get into that. We'll start off with the trades, and then we'll get into what people need to do to make these trades valid. Of course, there may still be a couple of trades leading up to whenever that is, trade day, on Monday. All right. But please, can you name your drop players as soon as possible? That would be great. All right, so let's start off with the first trade to be done. That was between Seek and Destroy and Gods of Olympus. Gods of Olympus have traded Callum Sinclair, have traded Jack McRae, Matthew Leuenberger, Mark Jamar, and Sean McKernan, but I believe Sean McKernan will just probably be dropped straight off anyway. And they, to Seek and Destroy, and Second Destroy have traded to Gods of Olympus, Matt Prentice and Callum Sinclair. All right. So the next trade was between I'm Rolling, who have traded Stefan Martin and pick 6 to Renegades, who received Tom Hawkins and pick 19. All right. So pick 19. All right. So then the trade after that was between Maltese Falcons and Seek and Destroy. Second time Seek and Destroy has been involved. They love a trade apparently. Maltese Falcons have traded David Armitage and Jack Stevens, and Seek and Destroy will receive, have traded Patrick Dangerfield and Josh Jenkins. Obviously, they switched there, and Maltese Falcons get Dangerfield, Jenkins, and Seek and Destroy get Armitage and Stevens. Anyway, next trade to happen was between Arseekers United and No Dumplings. They have traded Bryce Gibbs and Jack Stringer. So Jack Stringer goes to No Dumplings and Bryce Gibbs is Arseekers United. Then follow that was all the trades that have happened. I mean, these trades will happen the last couple of days. This trade here, a bit controversial, a few people have said, but, I don't care. That's all fine. Jabronis will strengthen up their team, and they've received Jake Dunstan from Maltese Falcons, who have received, in return, Trent Conchin, as well as pick number 8. So that's that. I think that's the start of Phoenix rebuild. Next pick to happen, or not quite the next pick, but anyway, another pick to happen, Maltese Falcons have traded away, have actually received pick 3 and trade away to No Dumplings, Mitch Robinson. All right, so that's that pick. And then after that was another trade between just straight up, no picks, just players. Seek and Destroy have traded away Brett Ebert and Ryan Griffin. Sorry, have received Brett Ebert and Ryan Griffin. I'm fucking this up. And Arseekers United received Zach Smith and Torrey Dixon. Then after that, there was a big trade here. Renegades have traded away the pick 6 they received from Coley, as well as Jack Darling, and they have traded the Gods Olympus for pick 2 and pick 12. And then Renegades have received pick 14 from Seek and Destroy and have given Seek and Destroy Tom Liberatore. And also, from what I understand, there may be a trade that involves Jack Zeeble for possibly Wallace and Smith. I'm not sure if that was agreed or not, but we'll find out. And also another trade, also second, what's his name? Renegades are trying to get rid of Hodge if anyone wants to trade Hodge as well. There are still players available. I believe Vossi may want to trade Ollie Wines. But yeah, so that means, just so you know where we're at here, at the moment, Stiff has pick 2, pick 9, pick 12, and pick 14. But Stiff for that trade with Coley involving Hawkins, must drop at least 2 players. So pick 19 comes in play. Next one, Fennick, who's got pick 1, picks 3, pick 8, and pick 11. They will be, you don't really have to drop anyone. I guess you're fine. Vossi, you have pick 4, and you must drop at least 3 players for your trade to be valid. Mick, well, you've got 2 spare after you traded your players, so your trades are valid. Houghton has to drop at least 1 person. A minimum of one person, so his trade becomes valid with Fennick for the pick 8. Josh has to drop at least 1 person, so pick 3, and Mitch Robinson is valid. And Coley needs to drop at least 1 as well, so pick 6 becomes valid. So that's people we must drop. Now, stay tuned later at the end of this trade. We're going to do a mock draft as well, everyone. So there we go. All right, and if anyone wants to draft, go for it. Anyone with more trades, that's fine. If you do have, say, Stiff, for example, has 2, 9, 12, and 14, and he decides to only pick up 2 players, then 12 and 14 go, and then the people obviously move forward. So anyway, let's get start to the games. All right, first game we have is the league leading Rangers Anonymous versus Seek and Destroy. Run 4 out of 6 Seek and Destroy. Seek and Destroy. Seek and Destroy. As I said, if you want a song, we'll play it this week. This is the only time I'm going to let you choose your songs. And Seek and Destroy chose his songs, which is Seek and Destroy. So that's going to play in the background of this game here. So anyway, let's get going. Key players for this game. Hogan on the big stage on Queen's birthday will be pretty good. He's playing full forward. And Taylor Walker against West Coast. Don't know how he will go there, so that might not be as good. Selwood against North should be a good game, but there's no more Jacobs to tag him, so we'll see what happens there. Boyd and away. Mitchell's been dropped, so you need to drop Mitchell. Probably more than likely replace him with Nathan Jones, but we'll see if he does that because, who is this mystery man called Michael McKenna? And Hampson's been good in the rough, as has Zorko, and Liam Shields' attack has been great. At Stadium, don't know. So there's a few choices there you can choose from, but let's go to Seek and Destroy, who this beautiful music in the background is playing for. Charlie Dixon against Bulldogs full forward. Bulldogs have had the best defence in the league, so Charlie Dixon come off no goals. Yeah, what happens there? I'm going to say that a lot too. Lecrae, he's trying Lecrae at half forward. Lecrae's up against Adelaide, Domain Stadium. Lecrae likes Domain Stadium. Did kick 2 goals last week, but most of the plays there. Dangerfield, last game for the Seek and Destroy in utility. Ollie Wines, midfielder. Once again, he's trying to trade Ollie Wines, and Dennis Shield's been good. Zach Smith's also last game, as well as Pritis' last game. A lot of last games here for Seek and Destroy. And of course, Blitzfast and Boat there. So a few options to choose from as well. Have a look. But yeah, well done, Vossi. You're getting involved, made a few trades, trying to change your team. Love it. But that's the end of this song. Rangers Anonymous rejected for 333, and Seek and Destroy rejected for 305. And let's be honest, Rangers Anonymous has just been too strong this year, so they probably win that one.
It's time for
Coley Games.
Rangers versus Seek and Destroy. Stat of the game here is all about the streaks over 300. We spoke about it a bit last week with the Rangers. The Rangers have got their streak now up to six in a row over 300. So 6 in a row over 300. And they meet a side in Seek and Destroy who, despite the loss last week, are now 5 of their last 6 over 300. So between these two teams, they're 11 of their last 12 over 300. It means I have to go to the next layer because it really is almost a layup for both of them, maybe a Cleveland Cavalier layup today, a layup for both of them to make 300. So we go next layer and we see out of the last 6 games, 4 times the Rangers have gone over 325, where Seek and Destroy lay an egg. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson style from the Warriors today. So at the end of the day, the stats will say this is a high-scoring game, but the stats will also say the Rangers are the team more capable over 325. So we have to tip them, and I'm going to roll with the Rangers in this one.
Next game has been affected by injuries, not for a player that's in form, which is Arsenal United versus Renegades. Renegades are the team in form, but they're actually affected by injury. They need to change their team quite a bit. which they have, and I think it's going to make them weaker. But they've been a good side all year. I'm not going to say they're the worst team because last time I said they smashed me. So let's hope you're the worst team, but you're not. So anyway, asking is United this week. Going to stick with the same four line in Luke Bruce and Lance Franklin. Hopefully Bruce has a field day against Essendon. Been thinking about putting Cyril there because Cyril, against Essendon always has a good game. So there may be a late change. We'll see if I do that. Hanbury up against GWS at the moment is utility, but who knows? I might put Cyril at utility. In the midfield this week, Jack Viney's back, so he may get a run, but he's got a broken hand, so I don't know. But Scott Thompson probably come back in the midfield, and Zaharakis. Hawthorn don't tag, so I'm happy with having Zaharakis there. Hopefully Nick Nat plays. He's probably got a sore Achilles, and he's playing Sunday, so I don't really like that. And I haven't really got a spare ruck, so maybe you need to change with someone who gets lots of marks. But Nick Nat has been named, so yeah. Sloan at halfback, stay there, and tackler more likely will be Cyril. So yeah, that's my team. It's going to be pretty similar to last week. And as we go to Renegades, this is the team I told you must make a few changes. I'm going to put Vickery at full forward, but Michael Walters half forward because Nick Rewald's out this week. Lewis against Essendon, probably a good game. And Crouch, after his performance last week, 38 touches, he's going to get a run, as well as Lockie Hunter, who's been getting 20 kicks a game, which is annoying. Mumford in the ruck against his old team, Sydney. And Zach Merritt's been great. Once again, Hawthorn don't tag, so Zach Merritt probably have another good game. Barlow's back as a tackler. And yeah, he's got Sangray interchange as well as Liberatore. So he loses Hall this week, and as well he loses Rewalt. So yes, that's all one. Projections there, 324 for Renegades, and myself probably going to be about the same 324 because I need to take out Cyril from midfield, so I'll fix that up as well. But that's that team. Yeah, I think I'll win.
It's time for
Arse Kickers United versus Renegades, and both these two teams bring streaks into today's encounter, or this weekend's encounter. If you have a look at Arse Kickers United, their streak's not a good one because they've lost their last 2 games in a row, so Chris certainly wouldn't be happy with that streak. The Gades, on the other hand, they come in with a streak of 4 straight wins. So 4 straight wins by the Gades. We know they lost their top spot because the Ringers were on absolute fire last week, but the Gades are up and about with 4 straight wins. We have a look at the next layer for the stat of the game. In the last 4 games then, we know Chris has only lost his last 2, but over the last 4, which is the Renegade streak, the Arse Kickers United only averaged 306 points over those 4 games, where the Renegades in their 4-game winning streak, they average a whopping, very healthy 337. So the numbers don't lie. The stat of the game here, over the last 4, the Renegades are a 31-point better side than Arse Kickers, and I'm going to roll with the Renegades to get the 31-point victory in this one.
Next, we have Sugar Daddies versus Maltese Falcons. Projections here, Sugar Daddies 328 versus Maltese Falcons 310. Maltese, at the moment, Sugar Daddies have left their team the way they had it last week. There could be a few changes here, though. Wade hasn't been in very good form, so whether he changes him, I don't know. But Jeremy Cameron at full forward as well. Could have a good day against the Sydney in the Battle of the Bridge, or whatever they call it. Anyway, Robbie Gray, sticking with Robbie Gray at utility. He has got options, though. I mean, Bontempelli's been in really good form lately. Callum Ward as a tackler, he's got him at the moment, but he's been in good form lately. Maybe Ablett back in utility. But Ablett's at halfback right now. And let's be honest, Max Collins going to have a field day against Brody Grundy. Oh no, sorry. Collins actually named Jared Witts as well. So 2 ruckmen up against Max Collins this week. So, But of course, that is early squads. DeLeo and Treloar in the midfield. Treloar's been great. DeLeo's been very off and not really that much on. So that's why his players such as Del Santo as well as Bontempelli could come into play. Bontempelli's been really good. Does get a lot of handballs. I mean, but once again, he has been really good as of late. Now, if you do need a change for Waite, because he hasn't been very good, Redpath's been very good lately. He has been getting 2 or 3 goals a game. He's averaging, I think, 33 or 34 as a half forward. He could be an option. Maybe someone should try to trade Sugar for Redpath in the next couple of days because he's obviously not playing him. But anyway, let's go to the team he's playing against this week, and that is Maltese Falcons. Now, Falcons have been very, very active in the trade period. They've got 3 first-round picks plus the first one in the second round. So next week's going to be a completely new side. They've already traded away half their team as it is. I mean, they are sitting on the bottom of the ladder, so they have to do something. But Jack Watts is staying at full forward, and Jack Gunston is half forward in his last game. Also in his last game is Jack Stevens at utility and Mitch Robinson at tackler. They're all playing the last games. Now, Cripps is a halfback, Nichols is a ruck. Yeah, they've been okay. Actually, Nichols hasn't been okay. Halfback Cripps been very good. And Gaff and Preston in the midfield. Preston's been very good lately, and unfortunately, Fennick wouldn't accept any of my trades for him. But that's the way it goes. But Gaff's been great. Who can replace with? Well, Mace Cruiser was named after last week, but he has been named. Other than that, Rory Laird maybe, and Sam Kerridge are really his only other options. Hopefully Joe Dunhoo does nothing tomorrow night, but he probably won't. But yeah, that's probably all he's really got to choose from. You can see why he's going to be bringing in a lot of players. You might need to pick, I reckon you need to see what other rucks are out there as well, Fennick, to pick them up. So yeah, that one I reckon Sugar will win.
It's time for
Sugars versus Falcons, and this match, start of the game, it's all about the chew. What the hell am I talking about in terms of all these twos? Well, these two sides, when you look over their last 4 games, have gone 2 wins and 2 losses. And they've both done them consecutively. So let's first look at the Sugars. The Sugars lost 2 in a row, and then they've won 2 in a row. So lost 2 in a row, won 2 in a row. We go over to the Falcons, coached by Fennick, and they've done the reverse. So they did get a streak going where they won 2 in a row, and now they've lost 2 in a row. So it's chew. There's chews going on everywhere here. So my prediction for this game, I'm rolling with the winning side, or someone scoring 320. Chew.
There we go. I hope everyone's enjoying Coley's stats tonight, by the way. You know, he just freaked me out a little bit with his closeness to the camera, but he's actually getting better. So he's all right. Go on, you Coley. Pretty bag it, everyone. Anyway, next game is Gods of Olympus, projected for 321, versus Jacob's Jabronis, projected for 331. So Jabronis have been pretty good, but Gods of Olympus apparently going to win it this year. So everyone look out for their big run. Jack Rewell has been moved to full forward in a bit of a weird move. I don't know about that. I reckon we should put him back to full forward, but other than that, he's hasn't really got many options as a full forward besides that. And he had still sidelined as half forward last week. But at least Goldie's back for Michael. He can bring him back in this week. And he did have a good back up there with Kurt Tippett in the ruck last week. But Kurt Tippett is against Mumford, so see what he does. McRae in his last game for the Gods, as well as Caniglio playing in the midfield. And Tom Rockcliffe, a welcome return to the half-back line. He got 48 possessions last week and about 12 tackles. Watch him do nothing this week and be crap the shits. That will be funny. Anyway, and he's trying Shuey as a tackler. Shuey's been alright as a tackler. He's actually been a bit better than I thought. But, Mick needs to sort out his team now. He's going to get Pritis in next week. So, probably Pritis will be a better tackler than Rockcliffe, a better halfback. But, only time will tell. Other options, Jack Redden as a tackler. He did do all right last week, but he's been pretty bad. Drew Petrie can come into the forward line. And also he's got Josh Kay to choose from. Other than that, Mick's not really going to choose many other options there, or hasn't really got many other options. So he does want to trade Mitch Wallace if anyone wants him. So anyone go for it. I think no one wants him. Anyway, as to the next game, or next team, it's Jabronis. 331 coming off a big win against me last week. Well done. Bastard. Anyway, probably going to stick to his same side. There's no really reason to change it. Can't see Bernie Vince getting 75 like or 65 like I did last week though. But Josh Bruce, full forward, no Rewalt this week, no Paddy McCartan. So focus will be on Josh Bruce. He will get the better defender. Whether he has kicks his 2 goals, they're up against Carlton, so it could be an alright game. Tom Lynch, half forward against Richmond, so he'll be up against Rance. So he might have a bad game as well, but in terms of his options. Luke Parker against GWS. And also Tom Mitchell. I mean, they're not going to move those two. He's going to keep him as utility and tackler. They've both been very, very good for him and performing very well. Unfortunately, they performed very well last week. And Vincent Montaigne in the midfield. Montaigne did have a very good game last week. Will he have 2 bad games in a row? Doesn't really do that, but he has got options. He could play, Cochin for the last time or Martin. Cochin's been on fire. Cochin should be getting the game, but he's not. Jacobs in the ruck against Nick Nack. Hopefully Nick Nack dominates. And Lockie Neal, averaging almost 70 as a halfback. Why would you change him? Leave him as it is. But Jabroni's, as I said, he's traded Cochin, but he's got Cochin as an option. He's got Dasamana as an option. Even Lycett as a tackler is an option, believe it or not. And keep an eye out. Nick Nack might not play this week, so Lycett might have actually a big role to play. But that's his team for Jabroni's. Averaging 331 against the Gods. I might actually go, not because he's my brother, but I might actually go with this week. I reckon Tom Lynch would get held by Rance. I reckon Josh Bruce might get be in the focal point, might not be as well in the midfield, or the forward line. So Jabroni's might have one of those games where he gets 330, 340, and then he has a sub 290 game. So I reckon that might happen again this week, and God's Olympus will win. So anyway, what does Collie think about that?
It's time for
Gods versus Jabronis. Stat of the game here is both these sides coming off fantastic wins last week. We know the Gods were in magnificent form against my side, the Rollers. Jabronis also had a really, really good win. Stat of the game here, both these sides do not back up after they earn premiership points. Let's have a look. Numbers don't lie. Stat of the game for the Gods. Every time the week after that they've got premiership points, they only average 291 that week after. So 291. Now that's 21 points down on their year-to-date average. So they average 291. Their year-to-date average is 312. So at the end of the day, they don't back up. They don't back up the week after. But we go across to the Jabronis, and it's not too much better there. Because Jabronis also, the week after they earn premiership points, they're 12 points down on their season high average. So they dropped down to 309. So both these sides, after impressive victories last week, the numbers don't lie. They're both due to actually go back down. So whichever side can actually get back to that form of last week will get this win. Start of the game, expect a low-scoring, tight tussle in this one.
And here we go. Thanks for that, Collie. Speaking of which, let's go to your team. It's I'm Rolling versus No Dumplings, the Who Cares Cup, the I Think I'm Great Cup. Yeah, that cup. Anyway, it's on Rolling, averaging projected for 294 versus No Dumplings, projected for 305. On Rolling he's taking Chad Wigard out of the utility spot this week, and he's putting. Oh, that's amazing! I've just seen his team. He's putting Chad Wigard full forward. He's putting Josh Kenny half forward. Now Josh Kenny playing at Domain Stadium, so he's going to kick a bag. He's got Tom Hickey in utility spot this week. Interesting move. So we'll see how that goes, but that's it might pay off. Brandon Ellis, after having a shocker last week, only got 11 points or 12 points. He's back in the midfield, and Kate Simpson as well, so he's keeping that as it is. Now he's got Trent West in the ruck. Maybe he might want to put Hickey back in the ruck and put Stefan Martin utility. Fremantle, I've got no Griffin, only playing Zach Clark. So yeah, maybe you can look at that. But Swallows the halfback has been great. He's averaging 60, but he's been getting 70 or 80 the last couple of weeks. And Cunnington is going to be playing tackle this week against Geelong at Etihad Stadium. Where I agree, we got 10 tackles last week, so that's one thing to consider. Other than that, there's no really other options. He's taking Chris Maynard for tackler. He's got Pierce Hanley. Once again, Steph Martin's an option as well. And Grant Birchall against Essendon is a big option. Lindsay Thomas full forward against Geelong. Who knows? And Yo's playing at Domain, so he might be good for 2 goals. So that's on Rollins' team. Go to No Dumplings. Eddie Betts. Eddie. Up against West Coast, though. Yeah, he should be all right. Small forward. And Pavlich is half forward at the moment, but Pavlich needs to come out because Pavlich is not playing. So you'll need to put Stevie Johnson back there, unless he's got someone. He might. Who's his sub, Mick? Can you scroll down for me? Thanks. No. All right. Yeah, not really. Anyway, let's get back to it. Half forward Pavlich, you need to change. So you need to bring in either a Steve Johnson or Mitch Duncan. Maybe he wants to keep Bryce Gibbs there. So Scott Pendlebury's back in utility after his hiatus in the midfield. And David Mundy is back into the team as well as a midfield as well as he's Shaw. Grundy in the ruck, Kennedy is a halfback, Jack is a tackler. Those three haven't changed. But he has got Gibbs as an interchange, so whether Gibbs goes to half forward or whether Martin goes there, who knows. But other options, McAvoy in the ruck against Essendon could be an option. I mean, Segler's out, and he's also got a rookie there, so he will be the main ruck for Hawthorn tomorrow night. So maybe you want to think about that, Dash. And also McVeigh as a tackler. Zach Clark's also in the ruck as well, so he's an option for you. So that's Dash's team. So Dash to win.
It's time for
Rollers versus Dumplings in the last game of the round. Two traditional rivals here. Really hasn't been a traditional rivalry in the past because we look at one of the stats of the game here. We've got a couple. The Rollers have won 6 of the last 7 when these two sides met each other. So 6 of the last 7 to the Rollers. When they met back in round 3, it was a lucky win for the Rollers though. They won by 11 points, 318 to 307. But why it was lucky is Aaron Sandilands. He hasn't returned back for the Dumplings since. He copped that knee from Nick Natanui and it really cost the No Dumplings a win. Let's look at the Rollers side. And the Rollers were pathetic last week. They lost by over 100 points to the Gods. The Rollers for this year 3 times have scored below 290. Hence why they may be one of the lowest scoring, if not the lowest scoring side in the comp. But after those scores of below 290, the Rollers are 2-1 over 310. So expect the Rollers to bounce back, and if they do bounce back, it's a 70% chance, the numbers say, that it's above 310. We look at that stat of the game, that 310 could be too much for the Dumplings. The Dumplings, apart from a magnificent week a few weeks ago where they scored 377, the Dumplings have got a window going on. They've got the old Arse Kickers United window going on because 4 of the last 5 rounds for No Dumplings, they've scored between 288 and 306. Now, that's not a big window. 288 to 306, 80% of their last 5 games for No Dumplings. The stats will say they'll do it again this week. It's going to be a low-scoring, tight tussle. I'm going to roll with my side, but good luck to you as well, Dave.
Anyway, that's thanks, Coley. All right, so remember there's a sub this week because there's a game on Monday and those teams won't be finalised till Saturday, but your team must be in by Friday. And in 2 weeks' time, that's when the loophole comes in when there's a Thursday game. But not this week. That's, I think, 3 or 4 weeks with the Thursday games. So that's a sub. Don't forget the draft is Monday night. Monday at 1 o'clock at College Place in Newborough. I sent everyone the message on where it is. It's just off, you can go off Coaches Road around there. It's at the back there. So pretty much straight, we can go to Newborough, just keep going straight down that road, or Moe. Now, I've done a bit of a mock draft, just so you can have a look. I think with the first pick. Now, this is a tough one here. Now, I know that just by looking at people's teams, Stiff and Fennick both want a forward and both want a midfielder. So, depending on if Fennick goes Aaron Young first, Stiff will go Ed Curnow. If Fennick goes Ed Curnow first, Stiff will go Aaron Young. And then if that's the case, if Fennick doesn't get a forward with his first pick, he'll probably get Membry with his third pick. Otherwise, he'll probably get a Doherty. With the 4th pick, it's Seek and Destroy. Probably going for a forward as well. I would say he would probably go for a Ben Brown or a Kirsten. Next, it's me. I'm going to go for either a Doherty, a Ross, or a Curnow if he's available. 6 is Michael. Michael will go for a midfielder, I reckon. So he'll probably just see who's available there out of those 3 that I just mentioned. Other options are Jared Impey, or the one from Port Adelaide. 7th pick, I believe, is... I forgot. Sugar is the 7th pick. Sugar, he hasn't dropped anyone yet, so he hasn't really got a pick. But if he does drop someone, Sugar doesn't need midfielders. He'll probably look for a forward as well. So the best forwards available, as I said, are going to be either Ben Brown or Kirsten, Puopolo. So I said that goes there. 8th pick is Fennick. Fennick needs to get a ruck. So Fennick probably need to get a ruck with his pick. So he's probably going to go for like a Jordan Roughhead with that one, or even Jonathan Griffin. We don't know how long Sandlands is out for. With the 9th pick, I'm just doing the top 10 by the way because you're all getting bored. With the 9th pick, that goes to Stiff, and Stiff will probably get. If he didn't get a forward last time, he'll get a forward this time, or vice versa with the midfielder. And then the 10th pick goes to Kenner. Kenner hasn't dropped anyone yet. Doesn't need to drop someone because Ruff is out for the season. And Kenner will just probably take whoever. Probably, actually, can I probably get Brent Harvey or Daniel Wells? So there you go. That's my top 10 mock draft. Enjoy it. Everyone, on Monday, now this is very, very important, okay? Very important. At the draft on Monday, everyone must bring a gift, a present, because it's Mellie's 4th birthday. Yes, Mellie's birthday on Monday, so she wants you all to bring a present. Anyway, everyone, see you on Monday. Looking forward to seeing you all. Cheers.